Hello and welcome back, audience. My name is MassiveBrad and welcome back to Going for Goal. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just want to say a huge big thank you for the love and support on the channel. And guys, I also want to say a huge big thank you to everyone that did vote on the straw polls. In episode 1, 2 and 3, I've been leaving straw polls down below in the description and the comment section so you guys can get involved with how this series is going to plan out. We're quickly going to go through them and then, of course, recap on the previous episode before diving into this one. So go into the very first straw poll. The question was, how many episodes a week do you want to see this series uploaded? Now, obviously, at the moment, I'm aiming for 5/6 uploads a week, so 5-6 days out of the 7. You guys with 5 votes have asked for 2. So what I'm planning on doing now, the reason I'm asking you this, guys, when I make new series, like I've just uploaded Red Dead as a new series, we've got Going for Goal, we've got the Liverpool career mode, and we've also got another series, guys, coming in the next week or 2. Now, the reason I'm asking these questions is so I can kind of get a schedule for you, so you guys know that on a Monday at 7 PM, it's going to be this game, on Tuesday it's going to be this, it's going to be this series, and so on. So with 5 votes, you asked for 2 uploads of this series, Going for Goal, a week. So that is completely fine, guys. And obviously then 4 of you voted for 3 days a week, and 2 of you voted for 1. So I am going to be uploading this series twice a week, which is completely fine. Moving on to the second straw poll, we've got, do we go out on loan? Now, this was very close. We had 10 votes. 6 of you said no, 4 of you said yes, so we won't be going out on loan. We're going to fight for our place at Newcastle, and we will find out. Now we're in the Premier League, it's all about whether Rafa Benitez is going to start us. Now, I believe that if these first 2 games come up and we're not selected for either of them, we may have a little bit of a struggle, but it just means when we get a chance to shine, we have to work hard training, and so on. Moving on, we've got straw poll number 3. Which camera angle did you prefer? Now, for the first 3 episodes, 1, 2 and 3, I said I'm going to be using the camera angle Pro. Now, personally, I didn't like it. It was very difficult because I could only see in front of me. It was like I was wearing blinkers, which you all horses wear, so they can just see ahead of them. They can't see to the side or behind. So I was constantly glimpsing at the mini-map to see where people were, see if anyone was in space. It was very difficult. But thankfully, 8 of you guys voted on it. 5 votes was for telly broadcast. So I've changed the settings now. We will be playing in telly broadcast. So thank you again to everyone that did vote on that straw poll. And finally, another very close one. And this is the 4th and final straw poll. What difficulty do you want me to play this series on? Now, currently at the time I was playing on World Class. I'm still playing on World Class now with 9 votes. 5-4, so 5 for World Class, 4 to Legendary. Again, very, very close, but it means I will continue this first season on World Class. But again, I just want to say a huge big thank you to everyone that did vote on those 4 straw polls. Now, jumping back into the previous episode, guys, it was a pretty decent one. Not only did we have to play the semi-finals of the Champions Trophy, which of course was our pre-season, if we had beat or won that game, we were through to obviously the final. Now, we played Levante in the semi-finals. We beat them 2-0. We bagged ourselves a goal, and then I do believe it was Matt Ritchie that scored the second, which meant we got to go through to the final where we faced against Ajax. Now, we'd already played Ajax at the very start of this pre-season and drew 0-0 with them. I knew it was going to be a difficult game, and unfortunately we got absolutely battered 3-1. We did get a consolation goal at the very end. I do believe I got an assist, actually. I think I played the ball through and Rondon scored in like the 91st minute or something stupid like that. But unfortunately, we did lose and come second place in the Champions Trophy. But now we're into the Premier League, we can start getting excited. So what I'm actually going to do, guys, you can see there, we're on the 19th of July. Now, realistically, we don't have our first game till August. You can see there, the 2 games in today's episode are going to be Spurs and Cardiff. Now, just to let you guys know how this series is going to work, if we don't get selected for Spurs or Cardiff, I'm literally just going to keep going. We might get selected for Chelsea. If we don't get selected for any of those 3 games, I'll just keep going. Maybe for Man City, maybe for Canada, maybe for Arsenal. I don't really know. Ecuador, we haven't even been called up yet for an international friendly. But what I'm basically saying is, guys, I'm going to make sure there's 2 games in every episode. So it doesn't matter if we don't get picked till, our first game might be Crystal Palace. I will just ignore all the other games and just make sure I put gameplay in. Obviously, you guys can see the results, and I'll show you, if we don't get picked for Spurs and we win 3-0, I'll show you guys the result, but I won't be putting highlights in the video because obviously we won't be playing. Now, obviously, we are 2 or 3 weeks away before we're playing that very first game. So what I'm going to do now is advance as much as I possibly can, do all the player development, make sure I'm training, cut all the boring stuff basically out of this video for you guys, and then we'll go ahead and hopefully be playing in that first game. If not, we'll be playing in the second or third, I would have thought. But let's go ahead and skip some time, and I'll be back with you guys in a second. Right, guys, now I've advanced all the way to the Spurs game, and I was quite happy to have a 3-week break between pre-season and this first Premier League game because we got to do 3 lots of training, and we've actually gone, you can see in the top left, we've gone from from a 70 overall rating to a 71. So we're working our way up thanks to training. So I'm very happy we've gone up another rating. And then when I got to the Spurs game, we've had this pop-up called the upcoming target. You can see from the manager's notes, he said, I expect us to pick some points up in the next few games. Watch out for Manchester City's match, as that could prove to be the most difficult. You can see on the left now, it's showing us the next 4 games within the month. We've got Spurs at home, Cardiff away, Chelsea at home, and Manchester City away. We've also been set some match objectives, which means within these 4 matches, this is what Rafa Benitez wants us to do. He wants us to at least get a minimum average rating of 6, which I think is doable, depending on how many games out of those 4 we get to play. He wants us to score a goal. Again, if we don't get played in any of those 4 games, it's going to be a little bit impossible for us to score a goal. And finally, he wants us to maintain a goal conversion rate of 10%, which means if we have 10 shots on target, one of them has to be in the back of the net, which I think, again, is a fair target. But obviously, as I've said, it depends how many games we're going to get played. And if we play in the Cardiff one and none of the others, we'll probably get the 6.0. A goal possibly could happen. The conversion rate, again, possibly could happen, but it depends if we're going to get played in any of these coming 4 games. But I'll go ahead and back out of that. I was made up to do a bit of training, though, and go up to that 71 rated. And as you can see there, message from the manager, we've actually been picked. So we've got ahead of the likes of Solomon Rondon. I can see Muto's in the team, which means Ayos Perez isn't. Kennedy's in there, Neves, Shelby, Richie. So we've actually been selected for this first game against Spurs at home, which I'm super excited for. So we're just going to go ahead, get into this game. We need to show Rafa he should have picked us. We need to find a goal or at least an assist. We're just going to have to play our hearts out. But as we all know, we may be at St James's Park. The fans will get behind us, but we're against Spurs. The likes of Harry Kane, Eriksen, Dele Alli, Lamella. I mean, they've got an absolutely unbelievable keeper in Hugo Lloris. They're solid at the back. We're going to have to make sure we stay on the last man and just try and sneak in behind the defence and make sure we bury a goal. But let's go ahead and get into this first game against Spurs. It ain't going to be an easy one, but I know this season is going to be a good one. And here we are in front of the home fans at our home ground, St James's Park, for the very first time. Of course, we were playing pre-season abroad, and this is our first Premier League game. I mean, to be fair, when you look at our first 4 games, we've got Spurs, Cardiff, then Chelsea and Manchester City. A very difficult start for Newcastle. No wonder they're not doing too good in real life. And Ashley Young has actually moved to Spurs. He's the man to watch today, Harry Kane. We're going to have to be solid at the back. You can see we're playing on the new camera angle telly broadcast. Hopefully you guys are happy with that. But let's go ahead and get into this first half and hopefully find a goal. Muto turns his man. Beautiful ball to Richie. I'm going to keep this run going. Richie's still there. Ball into the middle. Let's try and get this across goal. And we don't need to, because Kennedy's at the back post and absolutely smashes one. I don't even think it's Hugo Lloris. It may well be Vaughan possibly. But we've scored our first goal after 8 minutes against Spurs. Beautiful little bit of football there. Muto played an incredible ball through to Richie. Richie done well to keep it. He puts the ball in at that back post and Kennedy's there. I was waiting in the middle hoping to call for it. Made the run in the middle, wanted that ball, but Kennedy had other ideas and wanted to put his laces through it, and he does. And I do believe it is Vaughan. Yeah, there we go. Michel Vaughan between the sticks. Spurs will be wishing they had Hugo Lloris there now. Go on, put me in now, Kennedy. Put me in. Good ball up. All we got to do now is put a nice ball into the middle. Nice little whip ball. Looking back post. Richie's there. And I tell you what, wasn't a bad ball, but he says must be happy with that. It's cleared away, and here we go. We're going to be on this one this time round. Go out wide. Here's Richie. Shelby. Play me in. Play me in. Come on. Muso's through to make it 2. It's going to be cleared away. Muniz, edge of the box. Hits one, I tell you what. Muto let it go between his legs. I was looking for goal. Back to Harry Kane. He's waiting for the overlap there. Lamella. Lamella's through. Big save. Cleared away from Yedlin. Careful, Neves. Pull it back. Give it to Shelby. Neves has gone for the shot. I tell you what. It was not far away at all. If you guys missed the last episode, we did sign Neves for £23.6 million. He scored on his debut. I literally tried to play that ball in, but unfortunately the referee has blown for half-time at St James's Stadium. And I tell you what, going in with the 1-0 lead, I feel like Spurs have probably had 2 or 3 good chances and they haven't put them away. But ourselves going forwards, we've had 1, maybe 2 chances. Realistically, we're doing a lot better than Spurs right now. Unfortunately, our positional play wasn't good enough. There's still room for improvement. Hopefully, we can improve on that in the second half. So let's go ahead and get into the second half. Try and find ourselves a goal or maybe assist. Come on, close Dembele down. Here's Dele Alli. Through to Kane. Through to Trippier. Back of the net. Back of the net. You don't give Trippier the space there. He was absolutely unbelievable in the World Cup. Muto, hold up. Here's Muto. The army strikes. Vaughan with a big save. Here's Son coming down this far side. Harry Kane's in the middle. Ball into the middle. Harry Kane's there. Goes for the acrobatic. And puts it onto the roof of the net. Push forwards. And unfortunately, guys, the referee has blown for full time at St James's Stadium. I've got to say, do you know what? It's 1-1 against Spurs. That is not a bad result. Realistically, that is not a bad result. Spurs are a massive team. Unbelievable players. And we managed to get a 1-1 draw. Sadly, I do believe we should have won at 1-0. I don't believe that they pushed enough to get another goal. But it's just a shame we didn't find a second. But nevertheless, guys, we're going to have to get back to the Central and have a look if we're going to be selected against Cardiff. Right, guys, and here we are back at the Central, ready to face off against Cardiff. And luckily enough for us, we've done enough for Rafa Benitez to select us to play at that striker role once again. Just quickly want to show you this as well, guys. Now the Carabao Cup has been drawn. We have our first game against Cheltenham Town FC, which means the Chelsea game that was, I do believe, on the Saturday, maybe even the Sunday, I think it was actually the 26th, has been brought forward to the 22nd. Now, we've been selected for this game today against Cardiff City. The only thing is I feel like we're not going to have our fitness back by the time the Chelsea game comes round, so I won't be surprised if Rafa Benitez drops us against Chelsea, but then plays us against Cheltenham Town FC. So obviously then the Manchester City game will be up next. I'm not 100% sure whether we're going to be selected for all these games, guys, but the main thing is we got selected against Spurs and we did enough to get selected against Cardiff. So let's go ahead and get into this game. I thought he would have started Rondon up top with us. I really thought Rondon would have been the man up top. I feel like Muto done well, but I thought he would have played two strikers. It seems like he wants to go for this 4-4-1-1 with Muto behind ourselves. But nevertheless, that's the team right there, guys. We've got ourselves up top. Muto at that centre-forward position. Kennedy, Neves, Shelvey and Richie in the midfield. Dummett, Lejeune, Lascelles and Yedlin at the back. With, of course, Dubravka. I want to say that's how you pronounce his name. Dubravka? Let's go with that. But anyway, let's get into this game against Cardiff and hopefully bag our first 3 lots of points. And here we go, the second game in the Premier League, the second game in today's episode. Didn't get off to the best of starts, to be honest. I feel like we've done well against Spurs. I'm sure Benitez is happy to get the point, but ourselves being a striker, it's about getting goals and a few assists, and unfortunately we did neither of them in that first game. But let's hope we can change it up against Cardiff in this first half and try and get ourselves a goal or two. Here's Muto, Dummett, Muto again. Put the ball in, Muto, if you can. Put the ball in. There we are, heading it on. And unfortunately, straight into the hands of Etheridge. I'll have that, Richard. Try and bend one. We take a shot, I tell you what. It was not far away at all. Just wide of the post. Took it on the right foot. Tried to bend it in nice and low. And it was not far away at all. Does hit the side netting on the way through. Ball through the middle. Play me in now, and here we go. Surely this could be an assist. Try and just dink this in. Back post now. Looking for Muto. There we go. First assist in the Premier League. Thought Muto was going to run to ourselves to say thank you, but he doesn't. He runs off to celebrate his first goal in the Premier League. Come on, I'll take this. I'll take this, Muto. Look for me. No, Muto doesn't want to look for me this time around. Force to ourselves. Look to Ben one. Oh, I tell you what. It had a wicked little bit of curl on it there. Richie back to Shelby. He's played Muto in. Hopefully Muto will repay the favour. Ball into the middle. I can't get there. Ah! Made a cracking run there, unfortunately. Just couldn't get in a good position. Let's play this back. Let's have that again. We'll have it again, Shelby. Thank you. On to Munez's foot. And unfortunately, once again, it says poor shot, but at least we're getting these shots off right now. Going in the middle, looking for Neves. Neves back to ourselves. Going back to Neves once again. Comes to Munez. Hitting it on the left foot. Tried to bend it in that bottom left corner. And unfortunately, just wide again. Half time right around the corner. Beautiful tackle there. Let's make a break now, lads. And unfortunately, we go to make a break with Kennedy. And the referee has blown for half time. We've been all over them right now. There's easily been 3, maybe 4 highlights from ourselves and other players in that first half. We've absolutely dominated Cardiff City and fully deserved the 3 points. If we were sadly, and I mean this, go on to lose or draw this game, I would be absolutely gutted. We fully deserve the 3 points. We've only even played 45 minutes, but we definitely don't deserve to not take the win back to Newcastle. Let's go ahead and get into the second half, and hopefully we can find ourselves a goal. Push forwards now. Go on, Matt Ritchie, play me in. I'm offside. Hold on, Muzo. Play me in now, though, Neves. Neves comes away with the ball. Play me in. We're in behind. Hit the first time. Big save from Etheridge once again. That's 6 shots. I have no idea how we haven't scored here. Pulled myself back on side. Wiggled a little bit of space. Wicked shot. It's going in. Come on, lads. Get a foot in there. They're still going to get a shot off. Good block. Another good block. And the 77th minute goes out for a Cardiff corner. Come on, lads. We've got to be careful here. We've got to be careful. Cardiff are coming forwards. They're going to get a ball across the face of goal. 1-1. What an absolute sickener. I said that half time. There's no way we deserve to be losing this game or drawing this game. They've went and scored in the 86th minute. I'll tell you what, felt like he went for a shot. And it's gone across the face of goal. Dummett just doesn't do good enough. He's got to get that ball. He can't just slide in and miss it there. And our keeper has got to do better at that near post. Oh, do you know what? I just thought we've got a final tack in us here. And unfortunately the referee has blown the final whistle. It has not been the best start for us at Newcastle. We did get an assist in that game, so I was very happy getting an assist. But we are the striker. We need to be scoring goals. A central attacking midfielder, a centre mid, a left winger, a right winger. They get the assists, not a striker. And here we are, guys, back at the Central, ready to face in the next episode against Chelsea. And it was going to be Manchester City, but we're actually playing our first game in the Carabao Cup for the second game in the next episode. I'm going to be honest, guys, do you know what? Taking 1 point at Spurs, I would take. 1 point against Cardiff, it just wasn't good enough. I had 6, maybe even 7 chances. I should be burying them. But luckily enough, it seems like we are doing enough. We did actually pick up man of the match in that game, which I was quite surprised with. We did get an assist. But apart from that, a few decent passes. Our shots just weren't good enough. We need to be more consistent. But we've done enough for Rafa Benitez to choose us, pick us in the starting 11 to face off against Chelsea in the next episode. You can see there we've played 2, picked up 1 assist, and unfortunately still yet to find that first goal. But I'm hoping, guys, you've really enjoyed this first episode. I know I have. Pre-season, it's one of them. It's a bit like some people enjoy it, some people don't. It was good for us to start and me, you know, to get the understanding. It's a bit weird because obviously I'm used to playing with the Pro camera, whereas now I'm playing with Tele Broadcast, so it's a little bit different. It's like going back to the Liverpool career mode. I think that's the camera I actually play on in the Liverpool career mode, but playing as just one person, it's a little bit different from playing it with the Pro camera like you do on Pro clubs. But nevertheless, guys, I'm going to leave the episode there. If you have enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to drop your comments down below. If you're new around here, click that subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. And I've been Massive Brad. Peace out.